there's certain things that you have to care, because I want to be effective. I want to be able to get things done in the world, but I'm not going to bottle up who I am. I'm not going to sit there going but I do to a certain extent because I want to be effective. But I'm not doing it as much as people do it to a certain level. I mean, it would take a seriously amazing project for me to wear a suit.
Yeah.
That I hear a lot of people. I mean, I see this thing, like these videos sometimes, and I'm not getting on women, and I'm not even getting on these specific women to a certain extent, but they're like, oh, I never date a guy that wears flip-flops, or it's like everything they say, it's like I do.
You're like, okay.
Okay. I just weeded out like what 75% of the women in the world. Look at all that time management that I just created there to a certain extent. But I laugh at that stuff because I was like, when there's violence, domestic violence in relationships, I don't know why that's so important. I mean, I guess what is that, a given to the fact that like and this is my extreme way of looking at things, but because people get confused of the they or there, that situation. I mean, it's really confusing. It's easier, like when you're talking, you're not confused by it because you just say the same word and it doesn't matter. But sometimes I'm writing, I don't a lot of times I don't, after I write something, I don't go to check it after I write it. I just don't do that. I've been throwing some of that stuff into Chat GPT, like more if it's like it's an important business conversation. I could do it, but I'm like, I know what I bring to the table, and it's just like, it's like if you're looking for somebody like really polished and put together, then I suggest,
wait for it,
you hire Harvard Henry. 5 generations of Harvard emanating through my veins. Is this the guy that you want to hire? Then hire me. We're bringing class and sophistication back to it. We should only have Harvard people on social media. Other people can watch. Other people can send messages. They get one message a month. They can send one message a month. Only Harvard people on YouTube, Instagram, and all the other ones. Harvard, Harvard, Harvard. Yale, no. Yale people can get 2 messages a month. 2 messages a month. Harvard Henry. Is that who you want? Harvard Henry? Or do you want Jedi Steve? That's all those motherfuckers combined.
right?
And you can't hire me. You can collab with me, but you can't hire me.
Totally.
Because I don't want to feel that you own me in any certain way.
Yep.
And we can make some beautiful stuff come together.
Yeah. You know, I'm thinking about like the one angle that we're taking with the gender and very complex conversation that has been unfolding for some years now. Only because our modern society is making it complicated. Because forever, since humans have been in existence, there has always been different variations of expression of the human being, regardless of your gender expression, right? And if we acknowledge that all genders, which is a social construct, by the way, all genders have masculine and feminine archetyped qualities. I don't want to say personality, because that's very different. So if we acknowledge that, there's been variations for millennia. We're just now we're doing what, the colonial mind likes to do, which is put everything in a lumped group to now control. It's all about control. But I'm thinking about this like an art piece, right? And part of the listening qualities that I said around, the art of the heart. And if we think about art as a multi-dimensional experience, and if life is art, because they like to say that, right? Life imitates art imitates life. Then without these different perspectives, aka expressions of the human being, we would have like a very bland, very flat art piece that we're creating. Like we wouldn't get all the dynamic layers, I don't know if anyone here has ever seen those art pieces where it's just like a one piece, and then if you look at it from different angles, it like turns into a different art sculpt. It's like the sculptures that I've seen this.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about that in this analogy, that if we just look at something from one perspective, one angle, we're going to get one interpretation. But if we're willing and we're courageous to walk around and take different perspectives, then actually we get to see like a dynamic, beautiful piece of art. And life is much like that when we think about perspective taking, and even with a topic like gender. If we're willing to take different perspectives, we can really gain a lot from understanding the different expressions of the human experience. And if we're willing to listen without it being a threat to our own belief, our own value, but we're just taking a different perspective, doesn't mean to change your perspective, but maybe it will.
And I think you could even like have that conversation and think that person's going to hell. But
at least you're being open to receive, even if you're like, nope, that's wrong. Yeah. That's a starting point for sure.
But I mean, to get mad and get to the point. But I would say that I'm more when it's forcing children. Sorry, not forcing children to get surgery. I mean, sometimes I feel that they're made to make decisions and doing that. I'm a little more sensitive to that
for sure.
Because
it's children,
Yeah, there's lots of things that I wanted to do like younger and it's something that you can't necessarily change. And one of the things that one of our friends from the Cannabis Wellness Party, I won't say his name, and it's not something that he said that was there, but I don't know if he wanted me to mention his name. He said that cancer, with that medication, cancer's probably guaranteed at around 40.
Wow. Yeah.